do some deep breathing exercises. I'm gonna give y'all some exercises that y'all can use when you are stressed out, and we'll just put them in context, right? So let's just think about, name some of your everyday stressors. Money. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. For every entrepreneur, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
Okay, so money. The idea of money flashes into your mind, right? What normally happens when you think about money? I can tell you from the stress point, your palms probably get sweaty, your mind start racing, your throat get a little dry, you start catastrophizing, thinking about all of the things that could go wrong, possibly if you're gonna make it, if you're not gonna make it. All right, what happens to you outside of those things?
Yeah.
Right. So our breathing is the first thing impacted. Now you're going to notice, because I pointed it out, the next time you're stressed, you're gonna go, oh, yeah, I am taking tiny, shallow, irregular breaths because I'm mad, or I'm frustrated, or I'm stressed, right? I'm overwhelmed and my breathing is impacted. The first thing impacted is our breathing. So that's why I'm going to just teach you 3 deep breathing techniques that you can use during your most stressful times. So when you're thinking about money and your heart starts racing and you start having these symptoms, what I want you to do is just ground yourself, right? I want you to say, what am I sitting on? Right? What is my feet touching? What, if you could touch something with your hands, what are my hands touching? If you could take a deep breath. Sometimes you may be in a place where you don't want to take a deep breath, but if you can, take a deep breath, right? What am I feeling inside? Right? Name that emotion. Am I feeling anxious? Am I feeling frustrated, tired, right? Anxiety, right? Okay, now physically, what's happening? Is my back tight? Right, my stomach, is it some sort of knot in my stomach?
Headache.
Okay, right? So bringing all of these to your awareness automatically pushes them out. So now all you have to do is just focus on your breathing. You are aware of what you're seeing, what you're feeling, what you're tasting, your emotions that you're having, and all you have to do now is just focus on your breathing, right? So I'm thinking about money, and instead of thinking about money, I go, oh, hold up. I feel it. Let me think about my breath, right? Let me make sure that my inhales are as long as my exhales, right? Let me slow and normalize my breathing. Let me check into mindfulness, into the moment, because in the moment, everything is perfect, right? The money you're talking about is because you're trying to solve a future problem. But in this moment, everything is perfect. So instead of staying in the future moment when you feel anxiety, come back to the present moment where you're in control, right? That's technique number 1. The second one is box breathing, right? So it's a 4 count in through your nostrils. You pause for 4 counts, right? And then you exhale out through your mouth, 4 counts, and then you pause for 4 counts. You want to make sure the air is going in through your nose, down your throat. You want to actually consciously think about it. Going into your nose, down your throat, down your chest, into your belly diaphragm, right? You want to think about it. Pause for 4 seconds. Think about the air coming up and out your mouth, okay? I'm going to count you in. You're going to try this one, okay? So sit straight up in your chair, plant your feet, okay? Relax, and I'm going to count you in. Remember, we're breathing in through our nose and pushing the air deep into our belly. Ready? Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4, exhale. 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4, inhale. 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4, exhale. 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4. Last time. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4, exhale. 2, 3, 4, and pause. 2, 3, 4. Natural breathing. Okay, how do you feel? How did that feel?
Good. A little release.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Saying that. She ain't do box breathing.
She's done it before.
She said she needs a box for you. Nobody said that.
And the last one we're going to do is, because things are so overwhelming all the time, we're going to practice some sigh breathing. Now this one is very interesting, but I want you to get into it because it's so important that you release the energy. So you're going to take in as much air as you possibly can in your nostrils, right, and push it down to your belly. And when you're ready, you're going to let it out with a deep sigh. Okay? I'm going to count you in. Well, I'm not going to count you in. I'm just going to count your inhales, okay? Ready? Inhale. And release when you want with a deep sigh. Good job. Ready? Inhale. When you're ready, release with a deep sigh. Last one, make it a good one. Inhale. Release when you're ready with a sigh. Good job. How do you feel? Now that one is instant. If you're feeling frustrated, like in the moment, that's the one you want to use, right? Just letting is a release, right? It puts you right back into the moment. It centers you. It helps you to renew. You're getting oxygen to your brain, so it helps clear the brain fog. You have more mental clarity. And again, you don't have to do them 3 times. You can do them 4 times. You can do them 10 times. Do it as many times, because we're all different. Stress impacts us different. Do it as many times as you need, right? And you'll start to build a habit. And so before it took 10 times, and then in 1 year it may take 4 times, and in 5 years on cue you can just relax, right? Because that's ultimately what we want. So